Canning and fermentation techniques. Introduction: the importance of food preservation. Canning and fermentation are two of the most effective methods for preserving food without refrigeration. These techniques allow for long-term storage, nutrient retention, and flavor enhancement, making them essential skills for self-sufficiency. Canning uses heat to kill bacteria and seal food in airtight jars. Fermentation encourages beneficial microbes to preserve and enhance food. In this lesson, we'll cover pressure canning versus water bath canning, how to make fermented foods, kimchi, sauerkraut, pickles, storage safety and botulism prevention, canning methods, pressure canning versus water bath canning. Canning involves placing food in glass jars, sealing them, and using heat to destroy bacteria and prevent spoilage. The method you use depends on the food's acidity level. Water bath canning, best for high acid foods. Best for fruits, jams, jellies, pickles, and tomatoes with added acidity. Uses boiling water, 212 degrees Fahrenheit, 100 degrees Celsius, to kill bacteria. Simple and requires minimal equipment. How to water bath can. Prepare the food. Wash, chop, or cook as needed. Fill sterilized glass jars with food, leaving proper headspace, 1/2 inch. Seal jars with lids and rings, finger tight. Submerge jars in boiling water for 10 to 45 minutes, based on food type. Remove and cool. Lids should pop to indicate a proper seal. Tip: always check acidity. Low acid foods, meat, vegetables, must be pressure canned to prevent botulism. Pressure canning, best for low acid foods. Best for meat, poultry, fish, beans, soups, and non-pickled vegetables. Uses high pressure, 240 degrees Fahrenheit, 116 degrees Celsius, to destroy botulism spores. Requires a pressure canner, not just a pressure cooker. How to pressure can. Prepare and pack food into sterilized jars. Add lids and place jars inside the pressure canner. Add water and lock the lid. Do not cover jars with water. Heat until it reaches the correct pressure, 10 to 15 psi. Process for 20 to 90 minutes, based on food type. Allow canner to cool naturally before opening. Tip: always adjust pressure for high altitudes to ensure safe canning. Making fermented foods, kimchi, sauerkraut, pickles. Fermentation is a natural process where beneficial bacteria break down sugars, creating probiotic-rich foods that are healthy and long-lasting. Sauerkraut, fermented cabbage recipe. Simple, requires only cabbage and salt. Ferments in 1 to 4 weeks at room temperature. How to make sauerkraut. Shred fresh cabbage and sprinkle with non-iodized salt. 1 tablespoon per 1 pound cabbage. Massage cabbage until liquid is released. Brine forms. Pack tightly into a clean glass jar or crock, pressing to submerge in brine. Cover with a fermentation weight to keep cabbage submerged. Leave at room temperature for 1 to 4 weeks. Burp the jar daily. Taste test and refrigerate once desired sourness is reached. Tip: a white film, cam yeast, is normal, but mold, fuzzy, green, black, means spoilage. Discard and start over. Kimchi, spicy fermented vegetables recipe. Korean method of fermenting cabbage with spices and seafood paste. Rich in probiotics, vitamins, and antioxidants. How to make kimchi. Cut Napa cabbage into quarters and soak in saltwater brine 2 to 3 hours. Rinse cabbage thoroughly and drain. Mix a paste of garlic, ginger, chili flakes, fish sauce, or miso for vegan, and sugar. Massage paste into cabbage leaves. Pack into a fermentation jar, pressing down to remove air pockets. Leave at room temperature for 3 to 5 days, then refrigerate. Tip: if kimchi bubbles too much or smells like rotting eggs, discard. It has spoiled. Pickles: salt water or vinegar fermentation. Pickling preserves vegetables by soaking them in brine or vinegar. Fermented pickles, lactic acid fermentation, are probiotic rich. How to make fermented pickles. Wash cucumbers and cut into spears, or leave whole. Make a brine, 4 cups water and 2 tablespoons salt. Add garlic, dill, mustard seeds, and peppercorns to a glass jar. Pour brine over cucumbers, ensuring they are submerged. Cover loosely and ferment at room temperature for 3 to 7 days. Refrigerate when desired flavor is reached. Tip: vinegar-based pickles are shelf-stable but do not contain probiotics. Storage safety and botulism prevention. Botulism is a rare but deadly foodborne illness caused by Clostridium botulium bacteria, which thrives in low-acid, oxygen-free environments, like canned goods. How to prevent botulism in canning. Always use tested recipes. Follow USDA guidelines. Pressure can low-acid foods. Never water bath meat or vegetables. Check jar seals. Lids should be concave and not pop when pressed. Discard any canned food with signs of gas, swelling, or foul odor. Tip: if in doubt, boil home canned food for 10 minutes before eating. Heat destroys botulism toxins. Safe storage for canned and fermented foods. Store canned goods in a cool, dark place, below 75 degrees Fahrenheit, 24 degrees Celsius. Label jars with the date and use within 1 to 2 years. Fermented foods last for months in the refrigerator, but should be checked for mold. Tip: if the jar hisses, bubbles excessively, or has mold, throw it away. It's spoiled. Conclusion: mastering canning and fermentation for self-sufficiency. By learning canning and fermentation, you can preserve food without refrigeration, ensuring a steady supply of nutritious food year-round. Water bath canning is great for high-acid foods. Pressure canning is essential for low-acid foods. Fermentation is a natural, probiotic-rich way to preserve food.